Hi guys, for our next class, the outline of your research project is due, so let's talk about what you'll need to do. So here's what I'll be looking for. The first thing I want to see is what's your content? Basically, do you know what you're going to say in this paper? Do you know what information you plan on giving at this point? In your outline, you should be coming to some sort of understanding of what you have to say. Secondly, I'll be looking for the organization of your ideas. So I'll be looking for the order in which you'll present your ideas. It's really important when you consider organization to think about what is most important in your research project. So if you give me a lot of information about where your human rights figure was born and this person's childhood, that might be interesting, and a lot of it might even be relevant. But obviously, this person is someone you had to research because he or she has done a lot to improve or maybe make worse the state of human rights in the world. So you got to focus on what this person accomplished in his or her career. So organize based on that. Give a lot of time to your most important ideas and less time to your less important ideas. And finally, I want to be able to see what your sources are in your research project. So that should be apparent on your outline. When you draft this, you need to know what information from which sources you will be plugging into your paper, what will come from where, and where you'll put it in the paper. So I'm going to need to see either author names or article names if a source is an unsigned article. So what should the format of your outline be? Obviously, a standard outline is okay. So a standard outline, we're talking about Roman numerals and letters and kind of a strict format, but some people really like it because it gives a very clear idea of what organization will be. Some people really like organizing by bullet points. Bullet points give an idea of sequence, but they're not as rigid as a standard outline. You know, you don't have to use Roman numerals, you just use hash marks or bullet points to say, here's what I'm going to talk about where, and here are the sources I'll cite. And finally, some people really like to just start drafting. They're not big fans of outlining, they just want to start writing. If that's your process, feel free to go ahead and do that. A draft can be your outline. So here's the deal. What I hope you're seeing is that you have flexibility with the format of your outline. What I want you to do is use the format that feels most natural to you, the one you will most be able to use. Okay, so you know I'll be evaluating your outline based on content, organization, and sources. Beyond that, though, the big requirement for you is to type the outline. If it's typed on your iPad or on a desktop computer you have at home, a laptop at home, the odds are excellent that you will have this outline with you while you're composing your actual paper. And the big goal, guys, is that your outline will be a roadmap that lets you draft, and like even when you're tired while you're writing this paper, you can just sort of follow the roadmap and maybe fly on autopilot if your brain is just not clicking. So type it. That will facilitate everything. The other concern students raise with this assignment is how long should it be? I don't have a standard length in mind for what your outline should be, but here's a pretty good rule of thumb. If you're following an outline format like the formal outline or bullet points, if your outline is about half the required length of the final draft of the paper, you're probably in good shape. So this paper in its final draft form is supposed to be 4 to 7 pages long. So that means if your outline is in the neighborhood of 2 to 3.5 type pages, you're probably in the ballpark of the amount of content you need to have. Okay, guys, good luck with this. Do your best with the outline. It's going to be worth 10 composition points. But more importantly, a good outline will really help facilitate you writing your paper. So do your very best with it. If I can be of any help, let me know. Good luck.